Hello friends, very good evening once again. We are going to talk about during chapter number 4 excretory products and their elimination. So friends, in this lecture we are talking about excretory organs of invertebrates and vertebrates. How does invertebrates excretion take place? So first of all we are talking about protists. So protists have a contractile vacuoles like amoeba and paramecium and an osmoregulatory cell organelles. Since fresh water is hypotonic to sow the cellular fluids, water tends to enter the cell by osmosis. The excess water is collected by the contractile vacuoles which grows larger and ultimately discharge the contents through a pore on the surface. So carbon dioxide and ammonia diffused out through the cell membrane all the time. So simply we can say that the excretion takes place with the help of body surface. So second one is poriferance. In poriferance, sponges do not have any specific excretory system, so that's why waste like carbon dioxide and ammonia discharge in the surroundings water present in the canal system. Coelentrates. Coelentrates lack of specific excretory systems, so excretory waste like carbon dioxide, ammonia, and simply removed by diffusion from the cell directly into surrounding water. So next, we are talking about from where the specific organs of excretion for excretion are originated. Protonephridia, simple tubular system. So Protonephridia in Platyhelminthes, tapeworm, planaria, the excretory system is in the form of two longitudinal canals called Protonephridia. So each canal branches in various parts of the body and a number of flame cells. Each flame cell is a large hollowing cells containing a tuft of cilia projecting from the cell surface. So movement of cilia under the microscope is like flickering of the flame and has hence the name flame. So these flame cells are mostly, or we can say that protonephridia are mostly found in the rotifers, some annelids and cephalopod chordates. So branchiostoma also possesses protonephridia. So flame cells perform two functions in platyhelminthes, rotifers, and some cephalochordates. That's excretion and osmoregulation. Another excretory structures they are called nephridia in earthworms. Nephridia in earthworm functioned as excretion, help in excretion and osmoregulation. Osmoregulation stands for the fluid and ionic balance in the body. In arthropods, Malpighian tubules are the osmoregulatory in function and excretory in functions. So, in some insects and cockroaches, have Malpighian tubules. It helps in the elimination of nitrogenous waste, salt water, feces, and urine, and osmoregulation. In crab and crayfish, antennal or green glands are the excretory organs, so they help in elimination of nitrogenous waste and help in the body fluid with and ionic balance. So friends, another most important, and I just repeat all these organs in invertebrates, excretory organs of invertebrates. So protist, group of animals, protist, amoeba, paramecium, excretory organ is contractile vacuoles, poriferan, sponges, individual cells excrete in the water canal system, coelentrates like hydra, individual cells excrete in the surroundings water and coelentron, platyhelminthes, tapeworm, planaria, protonephridia or flame cells present which help in the osmoregulation and excretion. Annelida in earthworm, nephridia also help in the excretion and osmoregulation. Arthropods, crustaceans like crab and prawn, green glands or antennal glands present which help in the excretion and osmoregulation. Arthropods like cockroach and other insect or some insects, Malpighian tubules are present which help in the excretion and osmoregulation. So in this way, these are the excretory organs of invertebrates. Cross section of skin has sebaceous and sweat glands. Sebaceous glands give out a wax-like secretion which contain lipids such as waxes, straws, and traces of other hydrocarbons and fatty acids. So these are also secreted out through ducts on the skin surface. And sweat glands remove water containing dissolved salts like sodium chloride, lactic acid, urea, amino acids, and glucose from the bloodstream. The sweat flows out from the duct on the surface of the skin. Moreover, sweats also help to cool our body surface. Another organs of our body which helps in excretion is liver, which is largest glands our body. It also diffuses toxic ammonia into urea and deamination of hemoglobins, hormones, etc. Liver excrete bile pigments biliverdin and bilirubin produced as a result of breakdown of hemoglobin in the worn out red blood cells. Bile pigments are poured out into the duodenum as a part of bile and are removed along with feces. Liver also excrete cholesterol, various inactive products of steroid hormones, and harmful products like alcohol, nicotine, and many drugs. So it's in the liver that ammonia produced by deamination is converted into less toxic urea on combination with carbon dioxide. Lungs in our body also excreted or excretory organs which excrete only carbon dioxides and water from our body. So during respiration, both carbon dioxide and water vapors are constantly removed by way of expiration. Besides skin, lungs, and liver in our body, saliva to remove or substances excreted through saliva, also nitrogenous wastes. So it's the most important excretory organs involved in the removal of urea and other nitrogenous wastes. So it's also osmoregulatory organs and regulates the chemical composition of blood and body fluids by eliminate excess of water, various salts, etc. So another kidneys form a part of urinary system in vertebrates. So in all vertebrates, kidney act as a excretory and osmoregulatory in functional organs. Simply, if we are seeing about excretory organs from protist to higher vertebrates, so all these simple organs, all these organs are formed from simple organs or simple system, simple to complex one. So excretory system is the biological system that helps in the removal of excretory substances or toxic substances. So we can say that body detoxify with the help of this system.